All right, happy Thursday. Let's get to work. Make sure mic is all good. Yeah, we good. All right, starting with gold. Yeah, we're still bearish. We've technically already mitigated this demand POI, so it's not really valid anymore. We are still bullish on the 2, but just the way this price action is, there's no return to zone locally, so it's not something I'm willing to trade. Yeah, it's not of interest really. It might push up, but it's not something I'm willing to test. Because yeah, this would have been, let me close Chrome. This would have been our third tap POI, which got mitigated here. So very, very close. So that is too close for this to be a valid tap 3. Plus, yeah, there's just no return to zone here. So it's not a trade that I'm willing to look into, and I'm going to leave this pair as is for now. And yeah, I'll just be patient and see how price continues to develop. Let's look at silver. Yeah, silver is still bullish. This could be a potential retrace in POI, but we will always validate this as always. Yeah, valid POI. I like it. We'll leave it as is and see if we can get a reaccumulation upon mitigation of this demand. Not much more that can be done for silver, and also just an FYI before I move on to the next, like beautiful, beautiful liquidity. So do expect this at some point. To get taken out, because this is just beautiful. Really beautiful. Look at that. So yeah, we'll see what happens. But yeah, it's a very bullish environment. So we've even just grabbed the Asia low as well. Yeah, look, maybe if we're lucky, we can get a little scalp here upon mitigation of this demand. I will allow a very local scalp. See if we can get something happen. But yeah, we'll leave this as is. And oil. Still bullish. Let me see, because I feel like there's some demand here that we've just mitigated. And I think it was, is it valid overlapping? Maybe it's not. Not quite. Not valid overlapping. So yeah, I would not be using this as demand, plain and simple. It's also left behind liquidity, as you can see. So yeah, plenty of reasons for price to go lower, especially based on the liquidity that is just chilling right here. Yes, there is demand holding price for now, but I do feel like, technically speaking, like we have grabbed extreme from here. Like this has been grabbed. But yeah, still bearish on the 4-hour, and I think we are still bullish on the daily. Yep, correct. So yeah, let's just be patient and see what happens here. not a whole lot more to do. Yeah, that's it for oil. You know what? Also, if you're watching this, I'm going to be entering a spot position, which I don't normally do. You can do your research on New Scale Power Corp. It is an AI bet. It's a bet on the AI sector, and it's a bet on the power sector of the AI narrative. And I haven't entered yet. Just an FYI. Yeah, I have set a limit to buy on the $8 mark. I'm also seeing a potential distribution happening right now. So we might start adding this to our little updates, eh? It's not often that I really look at Wall Street that much. I rarely do. I'm obviously more of a Forex guy, but for a long-term allocation, yes, as I've said, it is a bet. That is what a lot of these moves are. They're quite speculative. But yeah, if I was to plan this locally, then I'm looking at something like this. Boom, break, come down, mitigation, and then spot entry is here. And yeah, if you look at this on the much higher time frame, I'll set my alert. That's already been set. You can see quite clearly that we are very much so bottoming out here. So yeah, and especially like narrative, like AI, we know it's going to boom. What does AI need? Power. It can't function without power, and this is a fairly decent speculative play on the power sector of the AI narrative. So yeah, I have put a limit buy at this demand POI. Can it go lower? Yes, but obviously it's spot, so I'm not leverage trading here. I'm not looking to get liquidated or risking to get liquidated. The one thing I think I looked at this, and I don't think this demand was valid from memory. I probably should have. Yeah, I think there is a mitigation there. Yep. Yeah, so definitely not clean demand whatsoever. So yeah, the demand that we have is really, really good. So if you are looking for some longer term options, then this could definitely be something. But yeah, that's a sneak peek of the highly large AI narrative, which is there's a lot of ways you can look at this from. There's many plays in this that you could take, but this is just a very small sneak peek of one of my plays. But yeah, obviously there's a lot of safer options. You've got ASML and TSM as well. But yeah, enough of that. Let's get back to business. NZD CAD. I did take a loss on NZD CAD, I believe, this morning. Yes. No, sorry, this is a different pair. AUD USD was what I took a loss on this morning. But as of right now, we have mitigated our overlapping structure supply. And we've also broken some form of structure as well. We've grabbed Asia high, Asia low is below, right here. That is not valid 15-minute market structure. Actually, no, it is. My apologies. That is valid. And yeah, there is our break. So that is a valid 15-minute break. Realistically, you can enter. I would allow an entry here. High time frame entry. Obviously, there's a lot of demand for this to get through, so it's definitely something that you should be aware of. We're still far away from our daily high. Yeah, and the fact that we've also just transitioned to bullish on the hourly, then yeah, I'm just gonna wait this out and be patient. If I can get a local model forming and then de-risk at the local model, then I'll do that. But otherwise, it's not something that I will be looking to trade just yet off a simple retest and a break of structure. So yeah, I would rather look for a local model to occur here. If it doesn't, it doesn't. And yeah, that is my NZD CAD play at the moment. No longer interested in this. We've grabbed, I think, yesterday's Asia low. We're still bearish. Daily is still bullish. Weekly is bearish. We're also leaving behind liquidity. Clean liquidity, may I say. Very clean liquidity this is. Yeah, look, if I can get a distribution later down the track, or if we come up, I will definitely take it with confidence with the liquidity that's sitting below. But at the moment, not a whole lot to do for GBP NZD. Fairly bullish here. Obviously, we are in supply, so something to take note. Maybe from a temporary pullback, which we can allow. And that is why I will chart my distribution range like so. Because yeah, we're building up, for now, we're building up some really, really nice sell side, and you can see that very clearly. Asia low as well. And yeah, not a whole lot more to do for USD CHF. So I will leave this as is. Let's have a look at Euro GBP. Still very much so bullish, and we are also in demand at the moment, which we can see. Lovely, and nothing for me to really do from a local perspective, if you will. Is that still the 4 hour low? Yeah. Yes, it is. Yeah, generally not much to do here. Maybe we get a higher time frame distribution like this, potentially. We'll see. Which then, yeah, in turn grabs all this liquidity. Very possible. So I will leave this as is. USD CAD is moving up towards that daily high. Still fairly bullish here, so nothing really else that can be done. I'm just going to leave this price action as is. And then here is my loss from earlier on AUD USD. So I essentially entered here. This was, yeah, against my trading strategy, so poor psychology here. Where did I enter? I entered here after a extreme liquidity grab, and then just a basic 5-minute market structure break. Took the short. This was at the start of Asia, as you can see, on that opening candle of Asia, and then yeah, we went up, we went down, sorry, and we went up not too long after. Since then, we have grabbed extreme supply from tap 2. But the only thing that I don't like is that we're still leaving behind some liquidity here, which is not ideal. But we have mitigated supply, so that part of it is ideal, and the fact that Asia low is intact and we have already swept Asia high, that's also something to just be aware of, I guess. Have I just removed? I think I have. Yeah, so the only thing we can look out for is a 10-minute market structure break here. But it needs to be clean, obviously. Not clean, we don't enter. But yeah, it's not the greatest price action. I don't really like this. Liquidity here is really nice from this point to this point, but here it's just a bit choppy. And then yeah, not to mention that the context isn't the greatest. There is a lot of reason to go higher. We've already gone through. We're quite deep into this supply, and we can see that price is not wanting to respect this supply whatsoever. And it's had opportunities. It's had opportunities to respect this supply. It didn't. It's had opportunities to respect this supply. It didn't, and it continues going higher. I feel like it might even go up to this supply, maybe wick the daily high if anything. So yeah, I'm just very apprehensive to short anything here, despite Asia low being intact and decent liquidity from this point to this point. But yeah, I would rather just wait for another distribution, maybe around this daily high or around this supply PL high. So yeah, just be a bit patient here. That's all I will do for now. Otherwise, yeah, context hasn't changed. We're still bullish on the hourly. We're still bullish on the 4, I believe. Yeah, generally not much has changed here. Let's have a look at USD/JPY. Yes, we are still bullish. There is liquidity above. The only thing that I will do is, it's not the cleanest, but this range right here. That's it. That is it. Far from being a good looking range, far from it. But you never know. We'll see what happens. We haven't actually grabbed Asia high either, so that's something to be aware of. And we also haven't grabbed Asia low. I do want to double check to see if this is a valid demand. Not really, no. No, I would not use this as demand if it's not clear on a structural standpoint. Then I am not using this as demand. So yeah, therefore not interested. Is the 12 bearish? Really? Yeah, I guess it is. Yeah, not a whole lot more to do on USD/JPY. Let's see what NZD CAD is doing. Yeah, like, as I said, I just don't think this model is going to play out because there's so much more demand below. So I can see us going higher. Can definitely see us going higher. But yeah, this is USD/JPY. Obviously, we are looking to accumulate here. GBP/JPY. Still bearish, nothing. Not much to do here. There just really isn't. We're leaving some nice liquidity though, I'll tell you that much. Really, really nice liquidity. Euro USD, let's have a look there. Still bearish, still the main focus is still this supply PI, so let's see if we can get a retracement from it. GBP USD, yet another bearish pair. Just not a lot to work with. I think there's some supply here. It has been mitigated ever so slightly, but yeah, we can actually no. If there was a fair value gap here, yeah, if there was a fair value gap here, I would allow it, but because this has been filled, I'm not really going to use this. Yeah, it's not clean supply. It has been mitigated. Yeah, let's just be patient and see what happens. It'll be interesting to see what price does upon mitigating this demand, but other than that, patience, patience, patience. Ladies and gentlemen, AUD/CHF. Yeah, I think we're bullish now on the 6 hour. All of this is now bullish, just an FYI. Yeah, no real demand here, so I'm just going to have to let price do its thing and look for retracement opportunities, which are, yeah, still around this demand POI for now. SFP there. I count this as a break. As much as, yes, the second candle didn't close above and the third one did. So as long as you don't get a full rotation back down or like a push away and then we go back up, that wouldn't be a break. Like this move down and then back up if we wick it. But if we close above on the third candle we had, there's no effort for price to move back down, then yeah, we can count this as a bullish break of structure. Obviously, if these were all wicks, then no. But you can see this candle has closed above this high, so that's fine. And yeah, still bearish on the daily, so just remember that. Yeah, locally not much that is of interest to me. Well, we're in demand now for GBP AUD. Are we still bullish on the daily? Surely by now it would be bearish, you would think. No, I stand corrected. We are still bullish on the daily. There you go. We might temporarily bounce from demand, we'll see. Yeah, not a whole lot to do for AUD CAD here, guys. Still, we've grabbed all this liquidity, which is good. So we could potentially see a pullback, but maybe just, yeah, not yet. Not yet. And yeah, that's it for today. If we can get a local model here, perfect, but otherwise I'm not really looking to enter off a simple 15-minute break on this high time frame distribution. Definitely not. I would much rather prefer a local model than here. Yeah, I'm kind of just hoping for targeting a pullback up. We're still leaving behind liquidity, which is a good sign, and then some form of local model around this supply POI, that would be nice. And then other than that, there's not really much going on, just a lot of maybes, to put it that way. Yeah, and then with this, I'm just very skeptical on it. The fact that I've already taken it today kind of puts me off. And as I've said, we're nearing the daily high, but we're not quite there. I don't think we're going to front run it. I like to see us at least SFP it and make an attempt to break it. So it's pretty sketchy trying to, short a distribution when we're so close to this daily high. I'd much rather us to grab the daily high first and then move back down. But yeah, it's not something I'm really looking to trade just yet. So I'd much rather just be patient. Yeah. And yeah, as I said, high time frame play. Definitely add SMR to your watch list, and yeah, let's see what happens. But for now, it is distributing locally, so you might be able to grab a little distribution model here. All right, that's it. Thanks for listening, for viewing. Subscribe if you have made it this far, and I will catch you all tomorrow. Peace.